All right, let's do this thing because there's a lot to talk about tonight. This is the Go Home Show, folks. The Go Home Show before WrestleMania 37 tomorrow night, night one. And what is going to be on the Go Home Show with a couple of WrestleMania matches that would have been on the pre show, I would say, but it's going to be on SmackDown tonight. So this is like SmackDown slash WrestleMania, okay? So there's a lot to speak on with some promos also that are going to be leading tonight to a WrestleMania. And I got a couple of things I want to say also before. Night one, because obviously a few hours ago before SmackDown, there was breaking news of who was going to be main event WrestleMania, and I got a couple things I want to say about that too. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about for this go home show or SmackDown for WrestleMania. One thing I do want to say before we actually begin this show off topic, just want to say rest in peace DMX. Fortunately died today. I know it's been a week long thing going on with that, and it's a shame it had to end. 50 years old, man. It's really sad, and I just got to say, I will say just some of my favorite tracks. Though, listen, I'm not gonna go through DMX's whole history and whatnot. Either you lived through it or you just need to look it up. I recommend if you look it up if you're new to DMX and whatnot. But I could go from songs from the Rough Riders anthem to Who We Be to uh, party anthem and whatnot to it's many tracks. Where the hood at, all that stuff. You get it's so many songs you can hear from DMX. I remember even a few years ago, and I know it's kind of like a meme nowadays, but if you played Resident Evil 2, you always gonna hear X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you, X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you. So you know you you that's still a fun track to sing along. I thought it was always funny that they put it in Resident Evil 2. But yeah, I just wanted to say a few things. Just sad, man. Lost a good one today. Really lost a good one. So yeah, rest in peace, DMX. But next though, we do kick off the show SmackDown with Daniel Bryan to cut a promo, basically talking about his excitement for WrestleMania and gonna be excited to hear the crowd, the roar of the crowd in person. And he loves the Thunderdome, but it's nothing like being in front of a live audience, especially at WrestleMania and winning in the main event of WrestleMania as the Universal Champion. And he's been known for the word yes, but he's also had no throughout his career. And just from people that have always told him no, and that his parents and mentors told him to ignore it, but he found out the truth, and it's always yes, yes, yes. Because every time in my life I've been told no, I said yes. And basically, they said I couldn't wrestle again, but I said yes. And when Roman Reigns said no, I couldn't tap him out Fastlane, I said yes, I could tap you out Fastlane. Or Adam Pearce saying I'm not going to main event WrestleMania, but he told Adam Pearce, yes, I'm going to main event WrestleMania. This is the biggest match of his career. He's the one of the most dangerous men he's ever going to be right now. You're not going to get that family man Daniel Bryan and whatnot. He says, I am going to be a dangerous man. I will do anything to become the Universal Champion. He says he's going to walk out at the main event as Universal Champion. They said I couldn't do it years ago. They said I couldn't do it, with Batista and Randy Orton. But now I'm going to do the same thing again this year with Roman Reigns and Edge. Okay, so this is the biggest match. This could be my last WrestleMania, and I will win the Universal Champion. And he said yes, yes, yes. So just great promo from Daniel Bryan. I know a lot of people don't really want to see Daniel Bryan in this match, but that was a fantastic promo, though. Next, they had the Street Profits being interviewed in the back, talking about their tag title shot up next. But next, Rude and Ziggler came out, and then Ray and Dominic and Otis and Gable, which was a fatal four-way for the tag team titles. You could say this was a spot fest and that, but it wasn't a bad match, though. Very high-paced, a lot of action going on, crazy stuff just happening from 619 to diving out the ring to just a lot of stuff going on. Even Dominic hitting the frog splash and whatnot. But what was it? Otis jumped on top of him. Ziggler super kicked in onto Montez Ford. Uh, Gable doing his Chaos Theory German suplex onto Rude, I believe. Until not Rude. He didn't do it on Rude. I think he did it on who did Gable do that Chaos Theory? I think it was on Ray or somebody. But Rude ended up getting him the pin in after I think Ziggler super kicked him in after that. And Ziggler and Rude still retain the tag team titles. So not a bad match, I should say. That would have actually been good on WrestleMania. So good fatal four way. Now this is a topic I want to speak on. Now they did talk to Bianca Belair, talking about her match at WrestleMania, saying she's not scared. It's the biggest opportunity of a lifetime. Now, as we all know of the news, is that both Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair will be main event in WrestleMania, and that the WWE Championship will be kicking off WrestleMania. I will say this: WWE basically caved in. They really did cave in right here. Listen, I've already made a video about this already. I wasn't really with the idea. I've even talked to my friend. I actually talked to several people today, and they're really not liking the decision with this. It's probably like one person I know that's okay with this decision, but I don't know, man. I'm just not really feeling it. I feel like this was more forced than it was genuine, and the only reason why they're doing it because of a hashtag on Twitter and whatnot. And some say they caved into the freaking stands on there, mostly the Sasha stands, but that's what they did. I know Drew. I heard he wanted, like, hey, I want to be there to feel the crowd and everything. But people are gonna argue that Bobby Lashley, who waited 16 years to get to this time, is not going to main event WrestleMania, but he has to kick it off. I'm hoping to God now he still retains the WWE Championship, because that would suck. And I have a friend, his name's Gerard Hunt. I want to get him on the show one day. He'll sit there and tell you that WWE is shooting themselves in the foot with this decision, okay? Because now I'm sitting there wondering, Sasha and Bianca better have the best match or something on that show to prove it's the main event. I know they'll have a great match. I'm not doubting them at all, but I sat there, should they really deserve the main event? Yes, we can go on the whole, yes, both are women and both are black, but as I said before, Bobby Lashley's black also. So what difference does that make? That's not much of an argument. And listen, I've already seen comments, which a lot of people have agreed with me in the comment section. Sure, you have your obligatory retards that will sit there and try to call me a sexist or misogynist. I just ignore it or just kind of laugh it off. I think it's actually funny that I was able to piss some people off with that video, but I don't think this is the best idea. I still think the WWE title should be main event in the show. Now, even my other friend, he even thought Sasha and Bailey could have main evented Mania, given the history and whatnot with both of those two. And I have to go back to, yes, Bianca did win the Royal Rumble, so I've said this before. Okay, Edge won the Royal Rumble. They can just both main event both nights of WrestleMania because they won the Royal Rumble. I was going by that, but then I have to remember the feud wasn't really that good, and then I have to remember everyone that has won the Royal Rumble has not main event WrestleMania. Okay, so I have to remember that too. But I was like, this is the WWE Championship. It's a bigger, more marquee match and whatnot. Because you got to think from a business perspective also. It's just really going to draw people to stay in. Because some people I know will sit there and tell you they will not watch the main event because they don't feel like they're not feeling it. And they feel Bobby Lashley was wrong. Yes, Drew McIntyre did main event WrestleMania last year. Okay? But I feel like this was Lashley's time. This was his time to main event WrestleMania. I hope now they have the best match on this show to blow everybody out of the water with. And I hope Bobby Lashley retains the WWE Championship, but I'm not the biggest fan of this move. You don't get me wrong, good for them, but I really believe WWE just caved into this, and I don't even think this was a Vince McMahon decision. I feel like this is more of a Stephanie McMahon decision than it was a Vince, because even I don't know if he would really go along with this all the way. And don't get me wrong, yes, the women did main event WrestleMania a few years ago, even though that was I'm not gonna sit there and say it was really the best match and talk about that botched ending and whatnot, but still, when you think about it, are Sasha and Bianca that big of a draw or that big of a marquee name to be main event in WrestleMania? Or you just want to try to force some type of created history? Like I said, not against it, and that's all cool, but it doesn't feel genuine. It's like you're just following a hashtag because it was on the internet. Okay? So I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this decision. And I'll sit there and say Lashley was kind of robbed out of this. So it's just like when it was just him and the Hurt Bit. Because let's be honest here, people were genuinely happy when Lashley won the WWE title. Okay, they really were genuinely happy, and this is one of the best decisions in a long time. Even with Bianca in the Rumble, they felt it was a great decision. But like I said before, this man waited 15, 16 years to get to where he is right now, and I just think this is a bad move. Okay, it's bad enough with the Hurt Business being gone, and even my friend brought up also Wale. I know Wally's gonna be there to perform Big E's theme song, but he made a song called "The Hurt Business" online. Look the song up. Imagine if he came out with The Hurt Business, or just Bobby Lashley himself and MVP to that song. That entrance would have looked perfect. And in the main event of WrestleMania, that would have been awesome. It really would have. And I feel like this was a very missed opportunity right here. So, you know, we'll see what happens, but I don't think I'm just not the biggest fan of this decision right here, and it feels so last minute too. Because didn't they say Monday that the WWE title is going to be main event in the show, and now you just change it the last second? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling this one. Big E was kind of promo talking about going back to his roots as he was in a barber shop, trying to get his mind right and everything, and talk about the history from Tampa. You know, he from around there, and talk about how, Raymond James Stadium, that Cruz's Intercontinental title dreams are going to die. With more video packages from, everyone's match coming up. Nia Jax went against Tamina. Basically in a DQ, Baszler got involved. Next thing you know, all the women were in the back arguing with each other. So, I could play the beat right now. This, how funny this would be. I'm not gonna play the beat because it will be, for copyrights and whatnot. So I'm not gonna do that. But I could play what they really want. To the whole DMX beat. Just gotta say, yo, Ruby, Liv, Carmella, Billy, Naomi, Lana, three Mandys, Dana, Natalia, Tamina. I met her at the street last week. Naya. Yeah, just name all the women. Basically, all the women brawled with each other, and Natalia and Tamina beat up everybody else then. So, yeah, we know that turmoil match is coming in tomorrow night. I guess Billy Kay and Carmella are a team now also. We have a Seth Rollins campaign talking about Cesaro, how Cesaro's been in every WrestleMania for the past 10 years, but he's never had a singles match, and that Seth has done more in those few years as by himself in WrestleMania. I don't know why we didn't get more of these leading up into Mania. Edge came out there for a promo talking about how WrestleMania 6, Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, that when he saw that match, he knew what he wanted to do in life. And, when he dreams things big, he has to manifest them. And Edge talked about, having his career ripped out of fate's hands, and he didn't want to come back to a shell his former self. He wanted to come back and steal the show because he knew nothing else, and this was his life. He said, he's missed 9 years, 9 manias, he says, and he's not going to apologize for it also. But he's not some part-timer, as Daniel Bryan wants to say, because, everybody wants to talk about, Daniel Bryan, this may be his last match in his career and whatnot. They say, there's a month in Bryan's career. It's like a year in his own, okay? Because, Bryan forced his way to the main event of WrestleMania in this triple threat. Calling him, like, what do you call him? Like, I thought it was funny. A troll an indie bookstore clerk and whatnot. And, instead of a one-on-one match, a classic of Titans from two eras. Yeah, he called the bookstore clerk entering our business right now. And, he talked about like he should not be in this match. And then Edge talked about Roman Reigns. I like he owns everything and whatnot, or owes everyone something. Everyone owes him something. And he doesn't owe Reigns anything. Let's run this back, he says. You came into a three-man group. You went through the crowd. You used the spear as your finisher. Who set the template for you? You're the Samoan Edge, basically. And, you want to come back and swing for the fences, and, you're the green monster now, whatnot. You're just another version of me, okay? And, I'm tired of, hey, night 2 of WrestleMania is the day 10 years that I had to retire. Where's my video package? Where's my social media? Where's the sad music in the background showing an inspiring video, huh? I didn't get any of that. And Edge basically said, I haven't gotten the respect that I have deserved. I've had to jump through hoops, which I shouldn't have to. I've had to come back from a triple fusion neck surgery, and that no one in sports or even sports entertainment can come back from. And I'm not going to be some part-timer that's going to phone things in. I've been doing hurricane runs off the top rope, competing at a top level since I've been back here, and no one's ever done that from an injury, okay? So it's a slap in the face to his work ethic, and, I'm going to demand the respect. You will respect my name. I am the rated R superstar, and whether it's fate or God's will, I will be the next Universal Champion, and I will manifest it. Fantastic promo from Edge. That was fire. Both Edge and Bryan's promos were fire. Okay, just fire out there. Awesome. Um, Deville and Pierce were kind of arguing in the back about this triple threat match and even the tag titles earlier tonight. Like, why would you put this on? So she kind of had an issue with that. Um, Sasha talked about her match at WrestleMania, saying, I'm running things as the boss, so she's gonna do that. Sami Zayn, I guess, was in the Paul brothers training session. Both Logan and Jake. And basically, I'll be happy to spar with you guys. He went to the parking lot and punching some of the bags. But when he tried to come back, I got a phone call. Hold on for like 2 minutes, all right. But yeah, sorry, phone call and whatnot. But yeah, he tried to spark the Paul brothers, but they got locked. He got locked out then, and he tried to go on commentary saying, media bias. Kevin Owens came from out of nowhere, tried to attack Sami Zayn. Well, you wait till WrestleMania. Next thing you know, we got the Andre the Giant Battle Royale with former members of Retribution, Slapjack, Nakamura, Jey Uso, the Lucha House Party guys, Murphy, Corbin, Kalisto, Cedric. Shelton, Gulak, Elias, and others all out there. Basically, it's not much I can say about this match. I know they took out the former Hurt Business members quickly, and then Mason T-Bar were dominating, but they had that stopped in. Basically, it became Nakamura and Uso. I actually thought Nakamura was gonna win, but Uso won and ended up reversing the throw and win the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, which I could agree with that decision. Uso's been doing a lot, so that's pretty good. Reigns and came out then with Heyman talking about, I don't have to do these things. I don't need to come around here and politic, okay? I'm not a politician. I don't have to sell myself. I have to be in this triple threat match, and, I could lose this belt without being pinned, all right? Because, when I show up, WWE's winning, okay? Bryan had one good week. Edge, he had one good week also. But listen, the numbers don't lie, all right? I brought in the ratings. I'm bringing in a lot of things, okay? I'm bringing in the Dreamers. I'm running the show. Bryan, I'm tired of Bryan thinking, tired about no and all these you tapped out chants and whatnot, and that he will not become the champion and everything because I am. And that Sunday he's going to, that Edge could point his finger at him and it could take it from him also. And this is where your comeback story is going to end. And the dream is that at WrestleMania, that this is where your dreams end. All right. And I will run things. I save these guys' careers. I save a lot of careers around here. And I'm going to crush them. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. I'm going to win at WrestleMania and hold the title around. And then millions of dollars of pyro will shoot off. And you will acknowledge me as the tribal chief. So, yeah. All I can say is great promos leading into Mania. The Battle Royale and the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team, it was okay. The tag team was better, but they had to get those matches out of the way. The biggest thing to talk about, the promos I liked the most was Edge and Bryan, okay? So that's what I really got to say about that. So other than that, I will be back tomorrow night, WrestleMania review. I will be doing it with the Bodega podcast. I got to go talk to these guys right now and set up what's going to go on. It's going to be a lot of reviews for me this weekend. So we'll see where this goes. So night one, tomorrow night, WrestleMania. I got a graphic to work on. Peace out. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Hooded Knight 890. I'm out.